Hello and welcome to this year's final Midnight Cowman, or Midnight Cowman as it used to be called. Only one review this time. So, 2 days ago I think, uh, yeah, I saw my last movie of the year, if we are counting the cinemas at least, The Girl on the Train. And it's about this woman called Rachel, who is alcoholic and depressed after her ex-husband divorced her. And every day she, just takes the train to no particular place really, and they just stare out the window. And she's especially interested in this woman who her ex-husband has married with, and no wait, I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, it's an unknown couple actually. And she just, keeps getting fascinated by them. Like, how do we keep having this wonderful life? But then she finds out that the woman is cheating on her husband, which makes her very angry because of her own divorce, and stranger stuff starts happening. So I went into this movie with some expectations, because it looked pretty good actually. Like this could be a solid suspenseful thriller. I could have a good time with this. But I walked out feeling, a little disappointed. Is it a bad movie? No, it's not. It's, pretty decent. But at the same time, it's not decent in the notion that it has rewatch well, which you will understand what I mean. I kind of like how the movie starts out. I know some people have said it's a little too slow, but some movies start out slow, and they begin it pretty fine, I think, and then it gets more exciting when Rachel sees this woman cheating on her ex-husband, and which just makes her crazy. So you see her follow after this woman, but suddenly everything goes to black for her, and she wakes up at an unknown place, not knowing what happened. What can I say? Okay, first the good things. I feel like I just explained the plot again. Oh well. Emily Blunt, she did a great job as this woman. I don't understand why what culture said she was bad in the role. She wasn't bad at all. She was actually the best part of the movie. She was very convincing as this very sad and down woman who just hates life, and the only kind of happiness she saw was, and unhappiness at the same time, was in seeing how this woman is happy with her ex-husband. But and she's equally convincing when everything goes over for her, and she's panicking over the whole situation. And just the way she talks and moves as being an alcoholic was very convincing. Truly, I really bought her as this alcoholic woman. And Justin Theroux as her ex-husband was very good as well. he's about the only other actor outside of Laura Prepon who as Rachel's friend. But I liked the movie. The music, I like his soundtrack. I found out that Danny Elfman scored it, and yeah, he did a really good job. Set the mood of the movie, brought the suspense in some scenes when needed. And the movie is kind of interesting at first, before it goes overboard. It's still it's going too slow, but it keeps my interest at least. I want to see what happens. Um, um, okay, that's pretty much it. Now to the negatives of this movie. Uh, I thought that the directing of this movie wasn't really the best. It kept going in all kinds of different directions. They never really kept a clear focus. We kept following three different characters' perspectives, and well, the problem is that these two other characters, Anna and Megan, were not as interesting as Rachel. Were just kind of bland and just plot convenience characters. They didn't, really interest me as much, even though I know that this movie tried to make me interested in them. But I felt it could have done a better job at that. And also, it turns out that it's not only one cheating with someone, but eventually pretty much everyone keeps cheating on one another, and it gets a little ridiculous. Like, is this some kind of crazy sex triangle now? What? I felt like they could tone that way down, and also that the man that Megan, Rachel's ex-husband's new wife, the man that she cheats on her husband with, Jesus, is actually her psychologist. But the thing is, the relationship wasn't developed, so I felt there was no real chemistry between them. Like, she would just talk, and the doctor would look at her confused, like, what are you doing? Like, I didn't feel anything between them. I didn't buy them as lovers at all. Then you just at random moments see them, but when we do have sex with each other, it just feels awkward and kind of random, because there's just zero chemistry between them at all. I mean, we're supposed to buy that at first he's just being this regular therapist to her, and the other time he's being her lover, but we never really get enough of a lover side, so I don't so it doesn't come off as very believable. And also, yeah, the movie does get a little too boring, actually. I know I said it wasn't a problem first, but later on it does become a problem as I find myself a bit more disengaged. Like, there are several scenes where someone is acting very melodramatic and starts crying, and when you get too much of it, it starts to feel like a silly TV soap or something. And also this detective that keeps chasing Rachel is very annoying. she always acts very unprofessional, and when Rachel just tries to talk with her, she just doesn't listen. And I also didn't think that Alison Janney did a very good job. I actually don't really get the hype over this actor. People keep saying like she's wonderful and all, but I saw her in Mom too, and there she was terrible, and she wasn't very good in this movie either. So can someone please explain to me what is so great about Alison Janney? Anyway, Eddie Ramirez, who played the therapist, he did a good job, but like I said, there wasn't really much to his character. Yeah, he was kind of poorly written actually, and some of the dialogue, while not often, sometimes it would just seem like a little off, like, huh? Did he or she really say that? Like, what? And also, how we handle these flashbacks is very sloppy, and the editing is poor in those scenes. Like, it would just cut like this all the time. Like, here we go over there, and now we go over there, and look over there, look over there. Like, it was very aggravating. Like, could you just keep a focus? You're not Memento, you can't handle this well. And also the ending is very contrived. Okay, I forgot to mention, but you know Megan, the woman that Rachel's ex-husband married. No, wait. Oh, God, this movie. This woman. Hold on. Oh yeah, she's this nanny that the woman and her ex-husband has. She gets murdered, and let me say that how they reveal who the murderer is really stupid. I don't even mind who the murderer is, but how they reveal it is just, oh, come on. And also, one of the characters, not gonna spoil who, acts very weird at the ending. She acts in two different ways, and neither way you understand. Like, why is she behaving this way? What were you trying to do here? I looked at the message boards for this movie later on, and it turns out that it's much better explained in the book. So it seems like they didn't do a good job at all at adapting this character to screen. Yeah, the ending is just a mishmash of plot twists which don't intertwine together. So the movie ends, and I walked out of the theater feeling, that was entertaining, but it didn't quite satisfy me. It could have been so much better. Like it had a lot of potential. It could have been, a really good thriller that I could recommend to my friends and family. But now it's just, you can watch it and move on to the next movie. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give this movie a 7 out of 10, which is not a bad rating, but considering how much I expected, I didn't quite get what I wanted out of it. So that's all for this year, folks. Have a very happy New Year, and hopefully the future for my channel will look brighter in 2017 because, as you know, I lost my computer, which is why this video won't edited or anything. And you know, I'm getting really pissed off, which I've already explained in the video. But hopefully everything will work itself out, and I will able to bring you videos to less sparingly. So have a happy new year, everyone, and fuck you, Donald Trump.